How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Real Night. Today we're diving back into Dexter, season number 7. Things are definitely heating up, as I was suspecting last time. Things really converged in that last episode. This is really a season full of love dynamics, relationship dynamics, kind of exploring those intricacies. Isaac, we found out that he and Victor were lovers or in some kind of relationship. Hannah and Dexter, their relationship is growing, and Dexter's infatuation is growing alongside that. Deb admitted to Dexter that she was in love with him as she came to the conclusion with the help of the therapist last season. Maria is hot on Dexter's trail, finding the boat, slice of life. And as I was kind of suspecting to, leaving Deb out of the investigation now that Deb was kind of like pushing the brakes, trying to stop LaGuerta, slow her down. That was not the right move, in my opinion. She should have just been like going along with it, trying to shift things in a way, but not necessarily kind of try to demotivate Maria from solving the case, because that essentially is what happened here. She kind of just cut Deb off from the investigation. It seems like, I don't know, we might see more into that this episode. I don't really see a linear end for this season. We might get something a little bit different here, so we will see. Let's roll it. Well, that is not good. One, that's a Beatles song, I know that. But also, I think that was Charles Manson. He interpreted that differently.
Would you maybe not do that turny thing?
Oh, she has seasickness.
You have to turn into the waves, otherwise it's worse.
Oh, I wouldn't want that.
They also might be drawing a little bit of a parallel here, just with the nature of their relationship. So whenever we got Rita and the kids on the boat, it was always like some peaceful, like slow kind of vibes. But, speeding along here, paralleling their relationship being kind of more volatile,
You always been this afraid of the water?
Ever since my father thought that the best way to teach me how to swim was to march me down to the local pond and throw me in.
Okay, so we're gonna get some background on the parents. I was wondering about this.
6 years old, and I already knew what it felt like to be dying. I came to on the dock. The fisherman heard my mother screaming.
My guess is that she got taken away or went to live with the grandmother. She quoted her grandmother.
It's work. There's a body, I have to get back.
I just wonder why she would even want to come out here if she was so deathly afraid of the water. Maybe just trying to spend time with Dexter, I don't know.
After George's attempt on your life, the Brotherhood has taken matters into their own hands. They've sent 2 men to kill you. They're most likely already here.
Wow.
Mikich and Caffrey.
It's kind of wild how fast they switched up, But I guess if one of the pieces is messing up, then you just gotta cut it out.
Let's see if they're as loyal as you. Oleg, it's Isaac. Good to hear your voice. I suppose we can talk about this.
I've already accepted the contract. What's done is done.
Right then, we're gonna need some help.
It's like its own separate story, It's doesn't even have anything to do with Dexter. I mean, it kind of does because he's the cause of it, but it seems like a totally different story.
Relax. You're safe. As for me, I wish I could say the same thing.
He's gonna get his help.
Circumstances on the ground have changed greatly. Koshkas have sent 2 of their own to kill me, and I need your help to stay alive.
Wow, what a twist. Enemy of my enemy, I guess. But I mean, they're not really after Dexter. I don't really care about him.
What I need is the element of surprise. And that, Dexter, is you.
I mean, I guess, yeah, they would fit his code. Not that he cares about the code anymore, though.
What's in this for me?
Your life.
I'll take my chances.
If the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I should be rooting for the man who want Isaac dead.
Yeah.
Crazy as it sounds, I'm not.
What do we have here? Holy fillet of fuck.
The burn rate behind the driver's side is different.
You're the blood guy?
Right?
Exactly. It's all yours.
Many men wish death upon me.
Stick to your lane, I guess.
Deb's always been afraid of her feelings consuming her. If I can't find a way to extinguish them, I'm afraid she might be right.
Extinguish them.
Well, I am your brother, and I love you. Just not in the same way you think you love me. It's logical. Like the way I love M&Ms, even though I know I shouldn't.
Wow, Dexter.
Just hear me out.
Why, Dexter? It's sure as shit not logical.
Unless you consider everything...
Well, yeah, the circumstances are logical, for sure. That's why I could understand it, and I felt it was a valid angle to explore, but it just happened way too quickly, in my opinion.
You're not crazy.
Fuck that coming from you.
Should make you feel better.
Yeah, he can confirm. When he said, like, kill the emotions, I thought he meant something different. Talking it out is not how I would describe killing it.
Extinguish.
Speaking of which, I think I kind of have come to the conclusion in my mind about why Dexter is the way he is right now. Like, the thoughtlessness and stuff. It's because, like, he has not been killing, Like, usually we get, like, multiple, like, small side kills throughout. And that's what, like, centers him.
See, hope you don't mind all that myself, eh?
But he's just had a lack of them.
Seems as Hannah's quite important to you.
What makes you think Hannah means anything to me?
Well, if she didn't, I'd be dead by now.
You have the wrong guy. This isn't what I do.
His motivations aren't really aligned with, like, contract killing.
I need to know she's alive.
I wonder if she's gonna find her own way out of this. But she knew about the Koshkas, though. Dexter did tell her.
Why are you doing this?
The reason, my dear, is right here.
Dexter.
Your life is in his hands now. Listen to me carefully.
There'll be no shouting or running.
Clear. Find something for us to watch.
I like I thought they were going to introduce him as somebody who's supposed to be, like, super intimidating, but he just seems like another chill assistant bodyguard type.
I need to know everything.
Cafe likes it up close and personal, whereas Mikic doesn't like to get his hands dirty.
Guns?
High-powered rifles, specifically.
We did have one more sniper killer before. I think it was one of the ones that he was throwing away the slides for, if I remember correctly.
Alex Timmons, sniper. Yes, I did it.
Just where are you running up to, all Helter Skelter?
I'm hungry.
So you want me to pull the surveillance so the two someones can do what they're hired to do?
Not exactly.
Clue her in, Dexter.
Won't, because he and I are working together.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
He needs to explain himself better.
Hannah has leverage against me. He's gonna kill her if I don't help him.
And I should give a shit why. You know what happened this morning? I was lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling the sun and listening to the waves. For a second, everything was just like it used to be. Steaks and beer and bad movies on the couch.
Safe and sound.
And then I blinked. And now it's fucking Xanax to get me to tomorrow morning so I can have that half-second peace.
She is spiraling a bit, huh?
I'll pull the surveillance, but don't you ever expect me to be okay with who you're doing this for.
Oof, Aguero, here we go. Another prime example of how good of a sister Deb is. I've said it before, but the best that he could ask for.
Tom.
Matthews.
Have no place to be. No one cares what I do.
Ocean Master.
You were dropping by. Trust me, I'd have made it a double. Call me Ocean Master.
Anyway.
Clearly, I'm not the only one who's been hitting the sauce. Dokes was the Bay Harbor butcher. End of story.
Bad people are still going missing, and Dokes never had a boat. Since I'm here, do any of those names look familiar?
Yeah, this is kind of like one of the first times we're seeing Maria doing some, like, solid police work here. I'm here for it. I like it. You have to adjust that scope a little bit. Takes me back to the Z-Ring range days. Man. Wow. Here? What's the plan? You just leave him there.
And if you find Hannah and you take care of Isaac, then what? Like, she is a killer. You will never be safe with her.
You're safe with me.
Promise me you'll think about what I said.
I don't think the people around him will be safe, even if he is safe with Hannah. Because it's like, if Hannah starts to get jealous of the relationship that Deb has with Dexter, Deb is in danger.
Put Hannah on. Someone wishes to speak to her.
Messing with the spices over there.
It's so good to see you.
Has he hurt you?
I'm fine.
It's not your fault.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Just do what you have
Solid.
to do, okay?
I have to get back to work.
You know, if I had the chance to speak to Victor again and he told me that he missed me, I think I'd like to think I could come up with something better than likewise.
I'm not you.
Fuck you.
You're terrified that I'm not really responsible for his death. That you are.
No. You're the reason he's gone.
If you really believe that, I'd be dead by now.
Throwing that line back at him.
Go get changed. Viceroy is just down the road. We had some good times there, right?
Oh, is he about to...
If we get through this, maybe it's the human side of me that'll push her away. Juan Pablo.
They're like crashing at one of the Colombian guys' places?
He's a Colombian soccer player.
Yeah, one of the dead Colombian guys, probably.
And that bar were Colombian. And dead men don't return home. It's the last place these killers would think to look for Isaac.
Burn victim near the university.
This must be another killer. One that Dexter is seemingly somewhat ignoring, you know? This would be, like, in any other season, this would be a situation where Dexter would be like, you know, this is serial.
It's the man Isaac showed me, Caffrey. He's taken the bait. I need to keep him close.
Looks to be the same accelerant, petroleum base as your car victim. Same oily residue.
I wonder if this guy's the killer. I like pulling a Dexter here. The expert talking about the kill that he made.
This void.
He was blasted. Or just like the ignition.
You'd have to be wearing some kind of protective suit.
We blocked the victim from escaping and watched him burn alive.
Oh, it's not as horrific as one might think. The destruction of vital tissue and nerve endings quickly.
I feel like it's this guy.
I need my camera.
Or he's just some kind of fan.
Hannah is being held at one of the dead men's homes.
I'll look into it.
But that's all. And thank you.
I'm telling Morgan. Any reason he be headed down to the port?
We got a boat down there.
You think Isaac is luring Morgan to him?
That's what I'm hoping to find out.
Guess they're not expecting them to be working together.
Joey, what are you doing here?
I was on my way back from a crime scene. I thought I'd see if you could get off a little early.
Please, just go.
Does she feel compelled?
Promise me you won't be upset.
Little lectures.
Eat.
Well, how about you let me introduce you to some good olds?
Yeah, she's probably gonna find her own way out.
I think I'm onto something. One of those Colombians was single, but he has a house on Coral Road. I'm heading there now.
Deb, no.
I don't want to fucking hear it, Dexter, okay? And just so we're pitch fucking perfect clear, I am not
If Dev is going to be the one that actually legitimately saves Hannah, it's going to be an interesting confrontation between them.
Sweetheart.
There it is. Teamwork.
Careful, they're hot.
Oh, she just poisoned him.
It would be a shame to have to kill you after such a lovely meal.
Well, let's hope that doesn't have to happen.
Unfortunate. Yeah, Deb's probably gonna save her here. All for Dexter. Dev's gonna get a situation, I think, where it was like Walter from Breaking Bad. Man, I don't know why this season's bringing me back to Breaking Bad so much, but like, spoilers again, like a Walter situation where he walked in on Jesse and his girl. I forget her name. Jessica Jones.
Together then.
You go ahead. I'm gonna hose this down just to be safe.
Well, what are you waiting for, you little shit?
Guess that takes care of the Isaac problem, even though he wasn't necessarily even a problem. Just left him. What, do you want him to suffer or something? Like what?
There's a kit in my car. I can help with the pain.
No. I need you to do me one better.
And I mean, I guess it would be good that Hannah did this, because if Isaac turned up dead, Jorg would definitely have, finished the job. But man, and what is Dexter gonna think if Hannah is actually dead here? Would he suspect Deb of?
Fuck.
So she's really dead. Or was Deb mad that she's still alive?
This is Lieutenant Deborah Morgan requesting backup. And a fucking ambulance at 2080.
Yeah, she was mad that she's still alive. But I guess that wraps everything up with Isaac pretty nicely.
Sorry for the bumpy ride.
No forgiving.
We're here.
Parallel between the beginning and the end. Taking him to visit Victor's grave.
What do you intend to say to Hannah when you see her again?
I love you, bitch.
Fuck's sakes, Dexter. Well, how is it? You can be absolutely fearless in the face of death and yet so afraid to live.
Well, dying is easy.
Death has always calmed me.
Yeah, it's the end,
With a knife in my hand, I feel it's mine to control.
Gives you intimacy.
Yes.
But it never lasts. It's over. And you move on.
But now, with Hannah, I feel like I don't have any control.
I was like you until Victor.
Was it worth it? Your feelings for him cost you everything?
Oh, God, yes. I never had to hide. I was finally
alive.
There's hope for you yet.
Ending it off the way that they've been pretty much the whole time. Wow, he just died like that? I would have expected a little bit more, but alright.
You have no idea why you were taken by the deceased.
No.
Just trying to see how much she'll actually say. Because Dev already knows.
Doctor said I was in pretty bad shape when you found me.
Yep.
So, given your feelings about me, why not just let me die? Was it because of Dexter?
Yeah, it was.
I think it's about fucking time I start doing things for myself.
I got here as fast as I could.
Everything taken care of?
All taken care of.
Yeah, and this is only episode 9, so maybe we're going to be exploring the fire person. And then the dynamic between Deb and Hannah.
Oh my God, you're shaking.
Another parallel from before.
You asked me on my boat if I'd ever been scared like that. I have. When I was 3, seeing my mother murdered. And when I realized these past few days that I might never see you again.
Well, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, out of my control.
It's a big sacrifice for him, sacrificing control.
All I know is that when I'm with you, I feel safe.
That wraps things up in a neat little bow for Isaac. Quinn is in a rough situation now, having stood up to George in that way. Nadia's, I don't know, maybe she'll make it out of this alive. Maybe my initial prediction that she would probably end up dead is going to be wrong, but I can say now that Isaac is gone, that I did enjoy the entirety of their dynamic, Isaac and Dexter, because, they were just so open with one another. It was like an exploration of the characters. That's been a theme in this season as well, I think, with Dexter. It's just openness and opening up and exploring his emotions on a deeper level. The emotions that are there, just seemingly buried very deep. I don't know if he had a predisposition to be a psychopath, sociopath, serial killer. Circumstances in his life, the environment around him led him to that, the trauma that he experienced. So it's not like he's genetically predisposed, I wouldn't say, to be a killer. There is a normal man in there, there is a normal person in there. And it's just a matter of him, the right circumstances happening to bring that out of him, not reinforcing that killer instinct, which he hasn't been doing this season. Perfectly highlighted, I think, this episode by the lack of a interest in this fire killer. That would have been probably a whole little story arc in and of itself, and it might be what we're going to be diving into in these last few episodes, because things seem to have simmered down completely with the main issues, the main tension points of this season so far. Isaac is gone. Hannah and Deb seem to have ironed things out a little bit. I don't think we're completely done there. Of course, Maria and now Captain Matthews, or Deputy Chief Matthews former, maybe again if he helps LaGuerta enough. So that might be the main thing that we're going to be focusing on. Then the side killer is going to be the fire guy. I almost said fire extinguisher, but that would be the complete opposite. The fire igniter.
That's a little cornball.
Things are happening a lot faster than I am expecting in this season, I think. Because last episode I was saying maybe there would be, a situation like a Miguel where Isaac gets taken out early. I didn't expect it to be this early. I was expecting further on, maybe 10 or 11. But here we are. I think Maria may uncover the information on Dexter. Deb might get caught in the crosshairs of that as well. There might be a huge falling out with the department and stuff like that, and maybe leave us on a cliffhanger for how that's going to end up, maybe a confrontation. That's my guess. We have 3 episodes left to really explore that and dive into that, so we'll see how they take it.